Oh, hi! Welcome to Letty's Corner, where a house becomes a home. I'm excited today because we're going to be decorating wreaths for fall. So stick around in Letty's Corner. I'm so glad to be sharing with you my love for wreaths. I don't know what it is about wreaths. I really like round things. Round things like cookies and pies and cakes. Oh, wreaths, yes, we were talking wreaths. Wreaths can be very pricey. Any of you who've already started shopping for fall will know that. But the good news is you can create beautiful wreaths on a budget. So let's get started. I'm going to begin with this small wreath, and as you can see, the form has a couple of stray leaves on it and some hot glue, and that's okay because we're going to cover it all up with a quick and easy and affordable wreath. I picked up this wreath form at the Goodwill, and that's a good way to save a buck or two. You can buy ugly wreaths and pull them apart and use the wreath forms. The other thing you're going to need are 2 picks from the Hobby Lobby or wherever you find fall picks. Right now they're on sale for 40% off. These flowers I showcased in my first ever video. I'm going to link it up here if you want to watch it. I don't know if you want to watch my maiden voyage, but at your own risk. These flowers I bought at the Target Dollar Spot, and I'm going to use these 2 little leftover remnants. So the very first thing you want to do is put your remnants together, and you want the floral to be a little bit wispy. And then we're going to attach our flower like this with some floral tape. And the trick with floral tape is that you want to pull and twist to activate the glue or the stickiness. I think it's glue. The adhesive. It's really easy to work with, and there you go. You have a beautiful spray. So then what you want to do is bend both sides of the wreath form to form C's or half C's like this, and then you want to secure the bundle with a zip tie. You just secure it nice and tight. Ay no, esto es de calidad. Aquí en la esquinita de Letty. Oh, that's the other wonderful thing about crafting. It's a really great way to feel good about yourself and accomplished. So as you can see, you just secure the bundles with zip ties. Fast and easy. Get your scissors or wire cutters. Snip off the excess. And then I have a pre-made bow, and we talked about how to make bows in my last video. We'll link that as well. Secure the bow to the center, fluff it and pull the tails out. And remember, this part is to your liking. Spend some time making it really pretty. And there you have it. Wreath number 1, beautiful, affordable, easy to make. I have to do the happy dance because I've been dying to share this with someone. So you know that store, Kirkland's? They have this wreath that I have been just eyeing since the beginning of the season. I don't even think it's available anymore. That girl is over $50. But we're gonna make her today with tips and tricks from Ramon at Home. If you're serious about your floral game, check out his channel. He's a really, really good teacher. So what you're gonna need for this wreath is a grapevine wreath form, and you can get these for $4 at Hobby Lobby. A spray with fall leaves, and all of these flowers, pine cones, little wispy, this is called heather. All of these came on one bundle from Michael's. So find one bundle of fall flowers that you like. You're gonna need some eucalyptus or something to make the base green. And I really like to work with lamb's ear. Also, a couple of little sprays of berry picks and 4 little pumpkins. For these, you should try to find velvet ones because they give this great texture, and I think that's what really drew me in when I saw this wreath. So expensive, but we're gonna make it on a dime. So the first thing you want to do is cut up all of your forms. You want to cut up all of the, not forms, excuse me, you want to cut all of the leaves off of the stem and throw this away because you'll be tempted to use it on someone. No. If you're going to do this, and you really want to explore your floral game again, you might want to invest in one of these. It's a glue skillet, and you can melt glue sticks in here, or you can buy glue pellets and melt them in here. And this is going to be necessary because for this wreath we are going to make a bit of a commitment. So no craft is a full commitment, but for this one we really don't want it to fall apart, because if you start now, these fall crafts will take you all the way through till the day after Thanksgiving, which is when we start decorating for Christmas. So you want this girl to hold up. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna start by greening your wreath. You want a green base. And the trick to a uniform look is to turn it about a quarter turn every time you put something in the grapevine. You're gonna just dip it and turn it. And the really nice thing about working with grapevine is that it'll grab any stem that you put into it. So you wanna dip it, and just a little, goes a long way. And then push it in, turn it, and you're going to do this to the entire form, going around it one time. All right, so once you have laid down a green base of eucalyptus, you can go in with your lamb's ear. And this is nice because it looks frosty, so it kind of looks holiday-ish, I guess. The leaves are frosty. And then you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna go in, turn it a little, and you're going to be looking to fill any bare spots. All right, so you have a green base now with contrasting colors and textures. And the next thing you want to do is go in with your fall leaves. And you want to give the little stem a bend, and they can be any size. I just cut them all apart from those stems, and you're just going to go in and do the same thing. You'll start, fluff the leaves out a little bit, and then give it a turn. And go in with you want to start with your stems that have more than one leaf on them. Dip it in the glue, and then find a spot to put it. And the grapevine wreath, as you can see, is almost disappearing right before our eyes. And fall is coming alive! So now, as you can see, the fall is really coming through. You have a layer of green, you have a layer of lighter green, you have the fall foliage, the leaves, and now we're just going to put the finishing touches in. You want some good sized flowers about the size of your palm, because these are focal points, and you'll do the same thing. Now, actually for the focal points, there is a little trick to these. So where you put them in, you want to balance your wreath out by putting the other one in. You want to always give your form a little bend and balance it out by putting it across from the other one. And now you can see 4 pops of color. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is just give it a little texture and some finishing touches. This spray, or this bouquet that I bought, just one, had these 3 little pine cones. So for this one, you're going to want to poke them in so they have they form a triangle. Okay. Well, you'll go through and you'll get rid of the little wispies when you're done. Now you can see the texture with the pine cones poking through. My director informed me that I'm sticking my face down like a turtle sunken in, so I'm gonna try to stretch and elongate my short little neck as much as I can. I'm so excited about this though, and you just get into it, you can see, and you'll be the same way if you come on this journey with me. So these little wispies, there's only 3 of them, so again, you want to go for the triangle, and these are little finishing touches, just poking out right there. Poking out right here. And I have all kinds of spider webs now from the glue, but that's okay. We're gonna clean those up at the very end. And with an elongated neck and a light wrist, you will put the finishing touches in, these berries just poking out, and you'll use the same little trick of turning it about a quarter turn so that you have the berries evenly spaced, and you just want them to peek out ever so slightly on the side. It's just so pretty. It's so pretty, and what I love about it is that it's a quarter of the cost. And then when your friends come over, or your family, and they have their masks on, and they're 6 feet away from each other, they're gonna ask you where you got this beautiful wreath, and you can say, I made it with tips from Letty's Corner. And we're near the home stretch. I said that already, but we're really done, almost done. The finishing touches are 4 little velvet pumpkins. I chose 2 in cream and 2 in orange. All right, and then you're going to do the big ones across from each other, just dip them and place, dip it and place, and the small ones across from each other, just in any little blank spot that you have. Et voila! Voila means look here in French. Now you're learning languages in Letty's Corner. And the last wreath we're going to make today, believe it or not, starts with a base of evergreen. These evergreen wreaths are on sale right now, 40% off at Hobby Lobby. So you can get one for $5. The other thing you want to pick up, which is also on sale right now in the ribbon section, 50% off. You need a roll of brown deco mesh and a roll of orange deco mesh. Two types of ribbon, a sign of your liking from the Dollar Tree, and then for the florals, 4 large sunflowers, 4 of the orange eucalyptus picks, 4 of the leaf picks, and 4 pumpkins. All of these from Hobby Lobby. Where else? We had to take a little break because apparently I was covered in hot glue streamers or strings or whatever. Be not afraid, they wipe off very easy. The good news about this wreath is that it's 0 commitment. So you're gonna be able to make a beautiful fall wreath that's going to look like this. Substantial, the wreath form is 24 inches around, and then you're gonna be able to take it apart in just minutes, and you're going to be able to use the wreath for your Christmas decorations. So there's no commitment here, and all of these picks you'll be able to use next year in other arrangements. I love these types of wreaths. Okay, so the very first thing you need to do, and for this wreath, you're gonna need some time. You're gonna need a lot of stress to relieve. because for this wreath, you want to stand up, and really for any wreaths that you make with evergreen, you want to take some time and fluff the branches. And it's very important that you stand all of the branches up. So this takes a minute, but it's okay because it's super calming on a stressful day, and you can practice your counting in languages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, you too can learn to count in Japanese. And speaking of Japanese, if you have a middle school student or you yourself have some extra time and you want to learn Japanese, click the link below and go to my friend's YouTube channel. Some guy will teach you Japanese. You start, and before you know it, you have your wreath fluffed. First step. The next step is the deco mesh. Now, be forewarned that this stuff is kind of like Velcro on the edges, so you want to be careful because it does grab onto things. And if you're skeptical, stay with me. This is so easy and so satisfying. So what you do is you pinch a little bunch of the deco mesh and you put it right into the wreath, and you are going to secure it just by twisting the evergreen branches around it. Okay, you're just going to twist those branches and it will hold it steady, and that's really all we're going to do for the whole thing. Then you want to pinch a little length, maybe, I don't know, what is that? I don't do math very well. I'm going to say like a good 10 inches or so, and you're going to make a little bubble. And again, secure. You'll rotate your wreath, pinch another length, making a little bubble or a poof, whatever you want to call it. So when you loop it around, you just cut it, and you're done with that one. You want one loop of the brown deco mesh. You want to go around again with the deco mesh, and you can see that the evergreen will eventually disappear. We're going to hide it. Same thing, bunch it up, secure it, and go around making your loops. So there you go, and you can see how poofy and cute it's getting. And this one, and this is really, it's totally up to you. You can go around it twice and you'll get some more, it'll give it a little bit more dimension. If you choose to loop it around twice, what you're gonna wanna do is start kind of crisscrossing the deco mesh. So you're overlapping. So once you have your deco mesh secure, you're gonna go in with one of your ribbons. And you're going to do the same thing. Doesn't matter what the edge looks like because we're going to hide it in the evergreen. And you just go in, secure it with the evergreen, and make a poof. And secure, poof and secure, poof and secure. And then you're going to top it all off with the pattern bow of your choice. And as you can see, my color scheme here is very traditional fall. Orange, burlap brown. Beautiful. Now you can tell I'm going into my happy space. So you can see, this is the end result of the poofing and practicing our counting. And then all we do now is going with that same technique of rotating a half turn and placing our picks. So I'm going to start with the leaves, and I just put it right in and reach into the side The evergreen does a nice job of securing the leaves. So easy. You give it a turn. You need 4 of these little picks, so you want to kind of space them out. And there you go, you see the pops of fall foliage. And then you want to go through, same technique. Pick a starting point, and this time you're going to go in between the leaves and you're going to insert your eucalyptus. Grab a little evergreen branch from the center and just secure the picks. You can see your pops of eucalyptus. Some of you might be thinking that's a lot of orange, but así lo quiero. That means that's how I like it. And now that you have your base done, we're going to be finishing up with some of these beautiful sunflowers. And you're going to just start to cover up the spots. And you can place them, you want to kind of space them out. There are 4, so 2 on each end. And we're going to finish it up by putting some of these pumpkins between all of the sunflowers. And you will do the same thing, place them where you want them. When you're sure that that's balanced, then you will commit to securing them with the evergreens. And this is the finished form, unless you want to be a little extra. I have 2 ways that you can make this wreath a little more extra. The first is by attaching a floating sign. This I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and the trick to attaching it is just use a pipe cleaner, put a little dab of glue and a ribbon remnant, and you're going to create a tie on each side. And if you want Fallapalooza, you can make a bow and decide where to place it. Or you can forego the bow. Just it's your choice. Whatever makes you happy, whatever brings you joy. If you enjoyed your time in Letty's Corner, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Until then, happy fall, y'all!